Supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center Outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
I'm Jan Marino from Palm Garden of Ocala, and I'd like to tell you about the Palm Garden Way. We promote individual care, of course, but we also encourage GEMS. That's going the extra mile, and these are thoughtful individual gifts that make each guest stay special. A gem could be a daily latte or a new book or something else that means a lot to our guest. To find out more about the Palm Garden Way, take a tour, located on the corner of 27th Avenue and 34th Street in Ocala.
WOCA The Source presents Friday Night High School Football with Galen, Unold, and Darren Irwin, featuring Trinity Catholic High School. Brought to you by Automax on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Quality cars with outlet prices. By Verizon Wireless, authorized retailer Matt Wilkerson, where he comes to you in Marion County. By Ocala Aviation, located at the Ocala Airport, where you too can learn to fly. And by LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Save lives, give blood.
All right, let's see. Trying to do two things once here. 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Nice looking day. I answered the phone. I think it's Galen. Good morning, Galen, I think.
Yeah, hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good, pretty good. We ran a like a billboard, a sports billboard as an ad for what you're doing tonight. So.
All right.
It sounds good. It's really pumped up.
Yeah. So are you excited about the game?
Yeah, I really am. I'm at Trinity High School right now, about to meet with Coach Sturdivant, head coach for Trinity Catholic.
Oh, really? So
football, and we're going to kind of find out, get an interview, see what we can expect from tonight's game against Bellevue.
Are you going to
get 7:30? We're going to go on the air at 7:05, Larry. 7:05.
Here's why we're laughing, because you already are into the play-by-play mode.
Exactly.
And, it's
I could hear it. I could hear it in your voice. 7:05. 7:05.
It's been a long time, and I it probably had been 9, almost 10 years since I had done a play-by-play when I had done the MCYFL game. And sometimes when you scratch something, then it gets really itchy. And so I'm itching for some play-by-play.
Tell me what time it starts again.
7:05. And I hate that. I hate it when you hear these play-by-play guys with these, and here we go, and then their voice changes in the middle of the game, and then and then when they read an ad or something, it's
so funny.
It's hard. It's hard not to sometimes, because when I went to broadcasting camps and schools and stuff, they told you a couple of things. They would tell you, if you're going to make it on the TV side, you have to do what they call the stand-up. And the stand-up is the 3 to 5 minutes you're allowed before the game to promote that game and to keep viewers watching. And so when you see, your commentators and your play-by-play guys do that, on a producer level, on an executive level, they watch that to see how many viewers carry over to the first 20 minutes of any game. And so it's the most important part of the whole broadcast, is if you can nail and make it interesting in that first 3 to 5 minutes, get people to tune in.
So have you worked
and then the other one is to really sell yourself. So
have you worked with Darren Irwin before?
Haven't even met him. He's supposed to be here. He's 7 minutes late.
So are you hoping to get are you looking to do an interview right now with the coach?
Yeah, Coach Sturdivant's late, so Coach, I know you listen to the station.
Okay.
You're on your way. I'm in the parking lot.
Gotcha.
It's okay.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So 7:05 for the listeners. The first game tonight.
7:05.
Thank you.
7:05.
7:05. And you and Darren Irwin will be in Bellevue.
Yeah.
All right. Now
Bellevue High School.
Now I know this is shop talk, but are you going to connect to me so that I can put you through the board by way of a phone or by way of Skype or what?
Yeah, we
they don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
No, Dan's got this plan.
Oh, now here we go.
Yeah. All my eggs are in Dan's basket. The saving grace is that Verizon Wireless and Matt Wilkerson came through for us and gave us some piece of equipment that we need. Dan has tried to explain it, and it just sounds like he's selling, snake oil.
Oh my gosh!
Poor
So,
Dan.
because he and I got into it a little bit after the MCYFL game. So, hopefully it'll all work out. And I trust Dan. Dan's a good man. He knows his business. So I just have to trust him. I don't have a choice.
All right.
Well, Larry will be here way before 7:05, so you can test it
Oh yeah.
before you start.
Oh yeah.
I
told Dan. I said you will be driving back and forth.
I have a color guy too. His name is Doug. Doug is my color guy.
Oh, I can't wait. Maybe I'll give a shout out to Doug.
He will appreciate it. I'm sure during the breaks when you can hear him in the closed thing, whatever. It's not on the air.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be telling you tips on what you should do.
Yeah.
Good. I look forward to tips. Yeah.
So tell me before.
And I will say this: if there's anybody out there who's going to another game within the county, please call in and give us score updates. We'd love to be able to share the scores of other games from our listeners, and that would be awesome.
If you can, let me just give this number here. I'll do it.
Sure.
Let's see. I'm trying to think how you can call in. It all depends on what you're going.
I'll be on the number that I always call in.
How
I'll
do
be
I
on this number.
So you won't be on that number? That won't be where you.
I will be on this one. I'll be on the 351 number.
This is the same number you call in on. Okay.
Yeah, this one. So we have to give him the 622 number,
Just call
the
the
on-air.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. Yeah.
The on-air line. Okay.
Okay. I don't know how to answer that without putting person on the air. I don't know how to do that.
We'll have to put him on.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to ask Dan.
Dan is under pressure, let me tell you.
You know what?
He's the
Tonight,
best guy
tonight
ever.
when you're on the air, just give a phone number. Maybe my cell phone or your cell phone or something. That'll be easier.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So before you get the coach on and do an interview,
Sure.
and before we do the blood report, tell me a little bit about the two schools. Not just who they are, but what are your thoughts on their teams? Or do you have any way of knowing at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Kelly, who's the head coach of Bellevue, has coached, at North Marion and at Lake Weir, and I'm excited for him. I've known Mike for, I don't know, 25, 30 years, maybe longer than that. He used to be an instructor for the driving class. So if you got a ticket and went to the driving class, he was the instructor, and he taught with my mom for years at North Marion. So Mike and I go way back. I'm excited about his opportunity. He's not only the principal at Bellevue, but he's also the head coach, and I'm excited about this opportunity where he can go somewhere and maybe have a good run there, because Bellevue's got size. The Bellevue football team is big, and that's going to be interesting, because Trinity Catholic is their skill positions are second to none in the county. Their quarterback, running back, wide receivers are as good as it gets, and so it's really going to become, can Trinity Catholic execute against the size of Bellevue? And to me, that's always an interesting matchup. If you're a boxing fan, it's more like the knockout puncher versus the finesse guy who likes to go in and out and just jab you to death. And I think it's going to be one of those kind of matches. So should be a lot of fun. And again, Larry, you know what time it starts? 7:05.
I do know. Yeah, I know it's 7:05, but apparently
You have to say it. 7:05.
I hear Robin and you. It's just I don't know if I can do that. It just doesn't sound like
You have to do that.
7:05.
There you
go. Oh, I did it. 7:05.
Oh, you do the radio voice all the time.
Teasing.
You're reading the weather and stuff. I mean, it's all. Wow, Larry just became a professional.
All right.
But again, I you'll hear me do it, but there's sometimes, because in my mind, I especially in play-by-play, you talk a lot of times in cliches because they're so easy to convey. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes when I'll say a cliche, even when I'm not doing play-by-play, it sounds very canned, or that radio voice guy. So it's a thing with me.
When do you get the roster of the players on both teams?
Yeah, I've got them.
Oh, you have them already? Oh, okay.
Online. Yeah, absolutely. I got the starting lineups for both teams. And again, that's you gotta, we talk about all the time, just like whether you're doing music or anything you love or painting, you still have to do all your prep for, you can't sit down to do a beautiful masterpiece unless you have all your colors and an idea in your brain of what you're going to do. No different than this.
There you go.
It's like you do every morning preparing for the show. You have to put in the time, and the more time you put in the the better off and the smoother the broadcast is.
Well said.
This is exciting.
All right.
Galen.
Before we go to the
Great.
break, how is the blood supply?
We're okay. We're going into Dragon Con starts next week. I'll be in Atlanta all next week, and we're excited about that. But until then, where it becomes the largest blood drive in the country, until then, we really need people to just get out there, donate blood, especially O's and especially platelets. So if you want to donate blood or platelets, just give us a call at 622-3544, and we'll take care of you.
All right, and let me make sure that I mentioned Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. Those two companies sponsor Galen's morning announcement to remind us to donate blood. So be sure to keep them in mind when you need the services and products of the two companies. Palm Garden of Ocala, Health and Rehabilitative Center, long-term skilled nursing care is probably their signature service, but they also have short-term also skilled nursing care, and they have respite skilled nursing care. So all of the above. Take a tour. You'll see why we love Palm Garden. And Penn Flooring, make your home or office more beautiful from the floor up. Visit their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. We will be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clouds will limit sunshine Friday. A couple of showers and a heavy thunderstorm in the area, high 86 to 90. Rather cloudy Friday night with a shower or thunderstorm, especially near the coast, low 73 to 77. Variable cloudiness for Saturday with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm. Some can be heavy, the high 85 to 89. For Sunday, mostly cloudy with a shower and thunderstorm or two, high 86 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animist Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animist without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animist needs you. Here is your 30-second news brief. Florida carried out its first execution in more than 18 months yesterday. Florida's tourism marketing agency is under fire for paying nearly $441,000 in employee bonuses this summer. A 6-foot alligator was discovered at Shady Hill Elementary School yesterday morning. A trapper relocated the animal before any students arrived. And Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party debuts this evening at the Magic Kingdom and runs through November 1st. And that is your news brief from The Source.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck, back pain, or tennis elbow and would like to learn how to get out of pain, go to Regenetic.com. Then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to the people that give you the regenerative medical solutions to your pain. Regenetic. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. The Source. Regenetic.com.
Langley Health Services, located at 7205 Southeast Merricamp Road in Ocala, is a federally qualified health center offering family practice, pediatrics, podiatry, dental, behavioral health, and radiology services. Most insurance accepted, sliding scale for those who qualify, and same-day appointments available until 4 p.m. with board-certified family practice and internal medicine physicians on staff. Langley Health Services, call today, 352-680-7000.
19 minutes after 8 o'clock. Trying to sound professional here.
That's right. Get your game face on.
Let me give you the weather. Let me tell you the weather. I'm really good at this. 76 degrees.
There it is. So you remember, you got to emphasize. So you got to finish.
I'm getting coached by
You got to make sure you talk on the down note at the end of a sentence.
Listen to you. You're
That's the key.
Now you're talking like Tom James. That sounds like the Tom James delivery right there.
I'm lying. Stop. Trust me, Tom James is one of the. He's a good-looking dude, and he's also the sexiest play-by-play guy in the county.
He is.
He's born to do that.
He is. Tom James
really
is
good.
sexy
Oh,
and
I wasn't being condescending. I was complimenting you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. I'm no Tom James, and you're offending Tom James. Comparing me to Tom James. I've said this. If I had Tom James's voice, I'd be doing the Boston Red Sox games right now. So.
He's got to look everything. He's really been blessed with that. And he has it in his heart. Can you imagine if you looked and sounded like that, but you couldn't care less about sports?
Exactly. Wouldn't work.
You'd be gay.
All right. All letters to Galen,
joke, people. It's just a joke.
Yeah. Too late.
Come on.
Too late. You're going to get the letters now. Robin will get the letters. She'll forward them to you.
That's right.
That's fine.
Because Robin's the only one who actually reads your email, by the way. Just so you know. Anybody who's ever...
I could see your... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, anybody who ever sends me email says, I sent it to you, and I go, you know what? I don't really look at my email that much. Should I send it to Robin from now on? Yeah, do that.
And that works.
And Robin is too nice to put it right into spam.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't. I read it.
She reads every one of them.
So what is the biggest challenge for you as a play-by-play announcer? What is the biggest challenge? Is it looking at the number and being able to say the kid's name? Is there a visual challenge for you? I mean, you've got good eyesight.
No, it's timing. It's timing. First of all, I'm going to be working with a new partner. Never even met the guy. And so what we'll have to really figure out is the mechanics of the broadcast. It was the same when you and I were doing it. Once you get into that flow and you know when to jump in and I know when you're going to jump in, then it becomes very, very easy. And the more you work together with somebody, the better. There's a guy I did more football games with Richard Kirk than I have with anybody else. And he and I were seamless. We knew what we were going to say. We knew how we were going to, so if I led him up to something, he knew that and he would take it. And then I worked a lot with my father. It was always difficult with my father. So.
Well, because he's so close, he's your dad.
Yeah, it was just weird. We were, and we got good at it. We did a full season together and we got good at the end. But in the beginning, it was very difficult for me to be the lead. When my father was there and, he was the lead my whole life. That was one of those.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
Yeah. In the case of Robin and myself, we sometimes go into radio announcer mode when we're not on the radio. Like let's say we go to McDonald's or something like that. So all of a sudden somebody will be talking to us and we'll both be talking to that person. And then when they leave, I'll say, we were in radio mode right there.
It just happens.
I think we just did a radio bit right there. I'm not sure.
I'm in radio mode when I meet people I don't know.
Oh yeah, I have to be.
Yeah.
Really? You have to be? I don't know. The problem you get when your job is to ask questions is that people think you don't have any answers at all.
Yeah, that you don't know anything.
So everybody tells you everything.
Yeah.
So like, for example, I'm going to drive to Walmart and they'll say, well, the best way to do that is you take the exit out of the mall and then you can take a right turn. Don't take the left. The right is a better turn. I'm thinking, hello.
See, you're nice. You allow them to finish that sentence, and I just interrupt them and turn off and go. No, I've lived here my whole life. I'm pretty sure I know where Walmart is.
Oh, by the way, I have not lived here my whole life, but I do have a favor to ask of you. Okay, this is a very self-serving, egotistical favor.
Yes.
When you do the Denellen game, I want you to say, Larry Whitler graduated from this school.
I could do that, Larry.
Did you know?
If the price is correct.
It was not that building, though. It was that school, but the school was at an old building.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And some of the most famous alumni are Larry Whitler.
That's right. And Ernie Mills.
Ernie Mills, yeah.
Ernie Mills, of course. No, there's been a couple of that when they won back-to-back state championships in there in the 70s. So
a little more famous than me.
They had some talent.
You know, when I first moved from New York to Denellen High School, we had a study hall in the.
You're shocked.
We had a study hall in the auditorium, and it was not air conditioned.
Oh my!
It was culture shock, yes. And so everybody, because I'm new, I'm big, I'm white, and and you know, big white guys were hard to come by back in those days. And so the football coach at that time, I mean, he was courting me left and right to come and play football for him. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy. I was always in there, and I kept saying, no, I don't want to do this. I'm horrible. It's just like I'm telling Frank, no, I'm not going to paint your van. No,
I'm not driving out west with you.
So it was just a real issue for me to do that. But who knew later on in life I'd be doing this end. I'll be through the board up. I like when you slip back to the most primal thing you can do in radio, which is board up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know what? It's not. I did a job where all I did was like the intern to the producer. So basically, you're the intern to the board op. That's primal. You're not allowed to. Literally, my job, I wasn't allowed to touch anything for the first 2 weeks. And again, I had been live on the air for 3 or 4 years at this point, and I wasn't allowed to touch anything. My job was to answer the phone and write down the name of who was on the phone and where they were from.
Wow.
And that was it, and put them on hold. That was my job.
Wow. God must have felt you needed a little lesson or something.
Yeah, it was with Lex and Terry, and so they were a syndicated show. So
by the way,
I felt like I was something.
I wanted to ask you something. Did you know Jay Thomas at all?
Yeah, I did a little bit. Yeah, not well.
Because I don't know what other stations he worked for in Jacksonville, but I know he was at the Big Ape. Let's see, I have it here.
He had, when I was, I worked for that radio group when I was at the sports talk station, and we didn't have a lot to do with each other. I knew him. I knew his name, obviously. And I met him in passing. I just said, hey, I've been listening to you for years, and he didn't seem to think that was very good.
Wow.
But that was about it. I mean, I was this young guy, and he was Jay Thomas.
Did you ever go into the WAPE? Were you ever in those days? I always thought it was a big building, or maybe like 3 or 4 floors in a skyscraper.
Yeah.
I was coming from New York. WABC was in this huge WABC building.
Right.
And so, but I went to it was actually Orange Park. It wasn't even in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
No, it was on the west side. That's okay. So the old. The studio that I broadcasted live, the sports station, was the old WAPE studios. And they had just moved into these nice digs down on the south side of Jacksonville. And so when we had a big station meeting, we would be allowed to go into that building. I didn't even have access to it. They had to let me in the front door.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, but I walked in looking for Greaseman, or asking for Greaseman, and he either wasn't there or they just told me he wasn't there, and they gave me a picture of his feet.
Sounds right. He was such a big personality in this area because you could hear him.
Yeah.
You could hear him at night in Ocala, and I remember listening to the Greaseman.
Yeah, he was good.
So.
All right, and I don't even know his real name. I know I'm sure I could Google it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but. Anyway,
yeah, he was gone. Well, he was gone by the time I got there.
I think he went to. I think he's at the same flagship station as Howard Stern. I think. Oh. But I'm not sure because I think Howard Stern doesn't like him, or he says he doesn't anyway.
Not jealousy.
Yeah, jealousy.
They're all old radio hacks.
Radio egos. Radio goes. Radio goes. All right, Galen. Let's see. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today, Larry. I have it right here written down so I don't forget like I did last time. We're at the Luca Toyota all day.
Oh, okay.
Toyota, where you too can buy a car. Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
That's right. There you go.
That's my sports mode. Where I have to do a tagline after the name of the company. LifeSouth, where you can save 3 lives.
Oh, hey, by the way, Larry, for bumper music, do you have any drum corps from like a band, the drum line from a marching band? That's what I would like.
I can get it. This is what you gave me.
If you find an animal,
No, that wasn't what you gave me. No.
No, don't use the stuff I gave you last time.
This is what you gave me.
if you find
Where is it? Where is it?
It was supposed to be there. Maybe
What?
it disappeared. Oh my gosh.
What
you're
happened
gonna
to it?
have
Here it is. Here it is.
if you find
You're going to have to put all that stuff back.
By the way, that is your radio voice, just so we're clear. If you
Yes.
find, that's your radio voice. That's your soft, soothing, I'm your friend,
Stop.
Larry.
Stop. Just stop.
You're good, Galen.
Just stop. Why does it say
All right,
Van
but
Halen
yeah.
there? And then I go to Van Halen and it plays.
Oh,
Animals.
yeah, Dreams? Yeah. Honestly, I do want to do like that. You know the drum line? You're a music guy. Like that. Cause that
I know what you mean. I'm just looking for it. All right.
I think of the marching band.
Hey, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Good. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
7:05.
7:05. All right. Thank you, Galen.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu.
I err on the side of caution.
Widespread evacuations ordered along the Texas Gulf Coast ahead of Hurricane Harvey, now Category 2 and expected to grow to Category 3. Forecasters' computer models see the storm
moving inland over the next 12 to 24 hours, and then it just stalls.